Okay, back at it. It's a gorgeous day outside. But I'm going to keep working on this even though I could be outside working because this is going to bug me to not finish. You can see I framed the inside of the stairwell and you can see the light pouring in, which is why I opened these up. They're not finished, meaning finished work. It's just it's framed. But if you recall, I've said that code says I can't have a space larger than a 4-inch diameter, something like a baby head or whatever could fit through. So one option is to do this for me, and then if I decide to sell, make it to code and take that risk. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and frame them out here and then assess how I want to do this. I've looked at so many different designs, but I've got to consider a few things with, making these have a 4-inch gap. Is I don't want it to be too sticking far out from the wall. On this wall, I don't want it to have too much of a profile, especially in the kitchen, because you hear my washer running in the background. But we're going to be walking through here, and I don't want to catch my elbow or anything on it, so I have to inset whatever or make it really low profile. So we'll see what we come up with. Well, that part's done. I've got to go do another thing for part of my day, so I'll be back at it later time. Back at it, gonna be going ahead and framing the door and whatever else I can get done with what I have on hand. I did ask some questions and found out that yes, the 4-inch diameter fitting through is code, but I can leave it for myself. I was worried about home insurance being affected, and I found out about my policy and then things. I didn't change the structure, so I'm going to be leaving them open. I'm really excited about that. We love having that pass through. The cats sit in there. I hand things up to my kids through there, and I might even put some plants. Anyway, so unless when I go to sell, whenever that is, an inspection says, hey, you got to do this, I can add to it, or the next buyer says we're fine with it, it's okay. But I get to do this the way I want to do it. I'm very happy about that. When I nail like that, there's not enough room for the nailer. I tend to nail towards the wall at an angle, and then I'll need my hammer and a nail set so I can punch that nail head in, because if you're ever dusting up there, you don't want to catch your hand on that. Nobody will technically see it, but I know from experience it's worth it. Okay, you can see I've done that, down to there. That's all I have. I'll have to go get some more, but curious. I'm going to be doing the trim the same as this trim here, which also matches the entry. You can see it right there on that side, and I'll be redoing the trim in there to match this. Do you do this the same? I don't want to stain it, mainly because you have to top coat a stain so that, my kids have already been setting glasses and stuff on there, and I'm like, you can't do that because I'm not sure if I'm going to stain it and it'll affect the stain taking to the wood. But then you got to top coat it and that will amber. There's none I have found in all the years that don't amber over time. And yes, it takes time, but I don't want it to turn orange. And then I could, do an oil, I could do a wax. There's all different benefits and cons to. She must see a fly. She's snapping. Hi, Lila. Benefits to doing that, and I'm thinking paint because I gotta have it be cohesive for here on this surface because you'll see it from the entry and also from the kitchen in. So, what would you do? Stain, paint, I like to have a mix, and I'm all about texture. You can see the textured walls. But I'll have to come along baseboard and finish around the room, and then also the closet over there. I don't like that just flat door, and if you see in a previous post, I'll link in my blog post where I made my hollow core doors have panels to them in a wood grain texture. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm still touching up all the nail holes, but do you see what I mean? I've got all these faces facing all different directions in the house, so in order to make it all gel between all the rooms, create flow, I have to think of all that. So it's a good idea whenever you're considering something like doing just like a 360 of the room, figuring every angle so that you're like, oh, I don't want to see a nightmare. So who knows, I may end up painting this again another time or doing whatever, but it's a good idea. Okay, so before you judge, I decided, much like my previous home, if you remember, my dining area used to be a screened-in porch and it had 7 windows. And when I moved in, I decided that, we had a nice backyard. I wanted, when you came into that kitchen, your eye went to the outside. Wasn't stopped by the frames around each of those 7 windows. So that's why I decided to just make this blend. I want the eye to go through the room, to the next room, and through, and not stop at a frame, and you have to look past it. So that makes sense. That's why I'm doing that. Again, I find these colors soothing. I've got the blue wall here, and I'll have different colors. Won't be telling that yet, what I'll be doing in the kitchen. But I definitely just want to focus on what I want to highlight. And for me, it's the light coming through, where I want the eye to go. Something to consider when you're doing this yourself. Do you see what I mean? How your eye goes past the frames now and to see the mess over there? But the hallway was originally gray. The whole house was the same color everywhere. I'll be restaining my handrail, and I'll have new steps, and I can add wood accents that'll pop. I can even do the hallway in a color just to draw your eye to that. So a lot of things to consider. Remember that cutting in my video I asked about last time? What's your favorite, least favorite thing to do? You gotta do this. This is first coat, so I go back and double check, but literally as long as you pull and just be gentle with it, it's gonna come in pretty nice. It's done. I forgot to tell you too that I replaced all the outlets, and that was a headache because whoever did the breaker box didn't label. So I take my lamp, plug it in, or you can use your little tool to tell if it's active, but I had to get all those switched out, and so that's upgraded. Did this trim, did the closet, finally did the window. I still have a little bit of baseboard because honestly I just ran out of time. And there's also the furnace behind the camera here, if you remember, the wall furnace that I want to redo into something there. And then I think, other than that, I'll be pretty much done. I'm very minimal decorator. I want less to take care of. I don't really like a bunch of knickknacks and stuff around, and it's just simpler and less stressful. But I'm very pleased with this, with the way that it came out. I mean, you gotta remember, this was a wall, a very thick wall when I started. I've never done anything like this before, to cut into there. And I killed the cutter while doing it because the cement board I didn't know was under there. I'm very happy with all the trim and everything else coming out, and I will be eventually painting in the hall when I do the steps and everything, but it's all going to be at a pace that keeps me on my budget, number one, but also it's just me doing this and homeschooling. Also have another stuff going on. So plenty on my plate, and I just wanted to share to inspire you to give things a try. If you want to make your house your home, I'm all about it. Feel free to ask some questions, and also I'd love to hear what would you have done if this was your home. Would you put the code-worthy things? Would you paint a different color, stain, whatever? I'd love to hear it. That's what I'm here for, to create that family community feel. Until next time.